So now, without further ado, please welcome Teresa Carlson.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I cannot believe this room. When I'm looking at this, my heart is like, wow. 4 years ago, who was here 4 years ago? How many? Okay. What about 3 years ago? 2 years ago? Wow. It's amazing. And the fact that we even have public sector customers actually coming to Las Vegas. But the thing that I love the most, yeah, right? The thing I love the most, though, is the fact that you all come up to me and you say, I love your content. I love that this is a learning conference. There's so many things that we can do, we don't know where to begin. And that is our goal, to make this so rich and exciting for you that you want to come back every year. And every year we're going to double and triple this room size. So thank you so much. And with that, I'll just say thank you. We would be nowhere in this space without your sponsorship, your support. It really is amazing to see what you all are doing with Amazon Web Services and cloud computing. And it's just a testament to what you're going to hear today from customers. So again, thank you for coming. We so appreciate you. And we really do continue to grow the business. Around the world, public sector continues to gain momentum within the space of education, government, not-for-profit, NGOs. This is sort of just a NASCAR slide of continuing to see, and this doesn't even scratch the surface to represent actually what we're doing in the public sector market. Additionally, I can't believe it, but we do have over 2,000 government agencies today around the world utilizing AWS, and those are only the ones I track in my data that Emily and I track. You all as partners, if you counted up all of the agencies, there would be a lot more. But this is sort of my tracking. I like data, and this is a way for me to say, are we growing? Are we gaining momentum in this market? And this shows me that we actually are. Also, we have over 5,000 educational institutions, and we have over 17,500 not-for-profits. So really exciting business, growing very, very fast. And this just sort of gives you an example. And to put it into perspective, last year we announced that we had 900 government agencies. So just in a year, you can see what we've done. 3,400 educational institutions and 11,000 not-for-profits. So again, just in 1 year of my data and my tracking, it showcases how much we're actually growing. Also, how many of you are partners in here? Can you just give me a, wow, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. I have a little cheat sheet up here because I couldn't exactly remember, but Premier Consulting Partners. So just again, to put some of this in perspective of the type of growth that we're gaining, almost 5 years ago when I started, we had one partner, one. Today, fast forward, almost 5 years in the business, we have 6,500 partners in public sector. 6,500, is that not amazing? And of the 6,500 partners, we have 150 of those that are premier and advanced consulting partners, right? I mean, pretty cool. That means that they're moving up, gaining skills, gaining momentum. So we're really driving in the market, and I think that just showcases the amount of work and opportunity that there actually is. So thank you to all the premier partners. Also ISVs. The ISV community continues to grow, SaaS providers, tech partners. Again, today we have over 2,200, and that is growing. We spend a lot of our time actually with ISVs and SaaS providers. Now we have Marketplace, we continue to grow and add more and more partners in this program. Government authorized resellers, another way that I can really say, what's the indicators for the business? How is it growing? Well, in 2011, max, remember we had 8. Today, amazing, we have over 150 government authorized resellers. Wow. And I love that because this is a special program we set up just for our government resellers, so it shows that it's actually working. Now, What's the other indicator that we are moving in the right direction? Cloud-friendly procurements, my favorite thing. I love cloud-friendly procurements. This shows that our customers actually have a way to buy the service. And I can tell you those dots were pretty small 3 years ago and 4 years ago. And all of a sudden this year, we have had an explosion of cloud-friendly procurements and wins. In fact, I'll tell you a little secret. Inside my team, my bid, proposal, and capture team, we have a daily little email that comes out if we win, if we have a win. It comes through our Salesforce, and we say, it comes out and it says, we have a win in cloud, and the partner is, and here's what we're doing, and we celebrate. And I can tell you, every day almost, we have a celebration. Sometimes we have a celebration 2 and 3 times a day. And the reason we celebrate, because this shows me that the industry is moving in the right direction for cloud. That we actually have our customers around the world that are writing cloud-friendly contracts that are gaining momentum. It is so exciting, you guys. I mean, really. And that is not us, that is you all doing this. The customers are putting these procurements together, and our partners are bidding them. And when they come in, it's not AWS direct, these are with partners. I just talked to Blue Canopy a while ago. Where's Blue Canopy? I'll call them out. And we just won a $12 million deal. Theirs is bigger with the SEC. Huge. And we were just talking about how fun and exciting it was to bid that and work that together. And I could call out many of you guys here in this audience today. But that's really us working together, and the agencies and organizations are really understanding how they put these procurements together. So I'm not going to go into all of these because these are just a few that we're seeing, but I thought you might enjoy this. And they're global. They're global. They're not just US, they're global. All right, who cares? Why does anyone really care about technology and cloud? Well, you all have heard me say, because I know most of you have been with me since the beginning as we've grown this business, that we talked about 2 things: paving the way for disruptive innovation in the public sector space, which is really needed, but also making the world a better place. And those 2 things go together really well, I think, with our mission. And that is the reason I believe that we are in lockstep with our customers. Today, what I wanted to focus on just a little bit deeper was making the world a better place through technology in 2 areas. Enabling the citizens and students to innovate, but also driving economic development. Because around the world, we see more and more that cloud is a mover around these 2 areas. One is, how do you take technology and make sure that you put it in the hands of citizens, or make sure that citizens have the capabilities for themselves, as well as driving the economic development indicators. So as we do that, where's the team been? Well, this is just a little showcase of where the teams have been around the world evangelizing. It's a lot of fun. I'm looking at Mark Rowland over here, who's been everywhere this year, I think. Mark's like, Teresa, I'm going to Chile, I'm going here, I'm going there. I'm like, okay, let's go, let's do it. Let's do this, let's drive this, let's send this message, let's make sure that we're growing the business in the right way. Notice I put Texas on here. It's really big, and I've spent a lot of time in Texas this year. Sounds like we have some people from Texas out there. This is a program near and dear to my team's heart, which is we are announcing our 2nd annual City on the Cloud Innovation Challenge. Last year, Teresa was ready to kill me, but I said, we have got to do a City on the Cloud Challenge. We have got to showcase that cities are the next big hub of innovation. Because today, cities don't need to build big data centers anymore. They can take advantage of technology in a way that's really driving forward the model for innovation. So we have 3 categories: best practices, partners in innovation, and dream big. And the best practices category is actually about both cities themselves or companies that have created a solution that's actively being used in a city. And we're evaluating that. And the idea is if it's really good, we can get the word out there so other cities can take advantage of it. The second one is the partners in innovation. The partners in innovation is about solutions that have been used minimally, but when we looked at them, we thought that there was an opportunity for them to be used in a much greater way on a global basis. The third one, which I think is really cool, provides an opportunity for young companies who have a dream big idea to showcase it and let Amazon Web Services actually get their name out there. So they have an idea. The idea has not been implemented yet, but this is a way we're going to take a look at these companies and then say, we think this is a really great dream big idea that cities should be using. So I'll quickly run through these. In our Best Practices Award category, and we're going to announce the winners on November 11th in New York, but our Best Practices category, which by the way, this one was too US-centric, so I said next year we have to have more international companies. But City of Los Angeles for their work at LAX, the County of Chester in Pennsylvania, Douglas County in Nebraska, Geospatial Modeling System, King County, Louisville Metro Data Initiatives in Kentucky, and South Central Planning and Development Commission in Louisiana. Our Partners in Innovation Award category finalists are Axon Group in Colombia. This one was much more international, which was nice. Civic Resource Group in the US, CDSM Interactive in the UK, DataCats in Canada, Gov2Go in the US, Green Owl Mobile in Canada, Group XO in Colombia, India Compute Interchange in India, Municity 5 in the US, Open Tree Map in the US, My Permit Now in the US, Objective Arts in the US, Opportunity Space in the US, Park Smart in Italy, Quicket Solutions in the US, Seamless Docs in the US, TriBloom in the US, Wheelies, I love that, Wheelies in France, ViewScan in Panama, and Visualanix Technology in the US. And also in the Dream Big category, we have Atelier at Tomorrow in Sweden, Bridge in the US, City of Houston in Texas, there you go, City of Marquette in Michigan, My H2O in the US, Open Grid in the city of Chicago, and Truver in France. So let's give these finalists, please, a big round of applause. And again, if you want to know more about these, you can go up to our website at aws.amazon.com, state and local government /city on the cloud, and join us if you can in New York for the Best of New York Awards, and we'll be announcing that. I think a lot of them have already gone out and made their own press announcements, so very exciting about this. Now, what could hold us back from cloud? Well, one of the things that we definitely find, and it's one thing around the world I hear continually, is skills, job skills. I hear it in every agency, every organization. We need job skills, they say. We have jobs and we don't have enough people who understand and are developers and understand the DevOps model. And we know jobs are being created. We already know that. We look at all the startups, and these are just a couple examples where this year alone, 14 million jobs will be created. But McKinsey says, and many others, there's a big skill gap, and we see it, our customers see it. So what are we doing about this? A fantastic program that we launched in May is called AWS Educate. I don't know if you saw this when it came out, but I wanted to give you some of the results, because if you were at our symposium in June, we talked about it then, but it's a global program to really make lifelong learners of cloud and really teach them at both the elementary and university level about cloud computing in a real, in a way that makes them have the skills, they can go out and get the job, earn the certificate and degree. And it has 4 elements to it: credits, training, content, and collaboration. And I think the best 2 parts about this, believe it or not, are content and collaboration. Professors are sharing the content. There's a portal that they put the content in. So professors or groups around the world share it and collaborate and crowdsource and give each other feedback. And our AWS Educate team gives those professors feedback and guidance, and we support them doing code-a-thons, hackathons. We get into the university, and we're doing #SmartIsBeautiful. We're helping set up girls and young women's coding groups. And by the way, if you notice on your table, you have new stickers that say #SmartIsBeautiful. And I hope everyone will take it and proudly put that on your computer, give it to your daughters, someone you know, and get them really excited about it. What's going on with the adoption of this? I wanted to share, so just since May, and really it was, we announced it in May, we got it really going in June, and the students, a lot of the students really came back to college around August. So we've had phenomenal results already, and this is a program everybody loves. We already have 350 institutions signed up. 1,200 professors. I love the professors because that means content's being created. 7,500 students, and 50% are outside the US. So we continue to do translation and drive this program globally. And I keep saying to the team, I want more, sign up more, we need more involved. But I was just spending time with the US Department of Defense CIOs about 2 months ago, and I briefed this program. And believe it or not, they wanted to spend almost 50% of their time talking about this program. Because they said in Department of Defense, one of the things they really lack are skills, new skills. And they were really excited. They said, can we roll this program out in DoD? What are professors saying? I'll just give you the tagline here. Basically, professors are saying, this is working, it's giving us the skills we really need to help these students go out and have a career in technology, real world skills, real world. And this is what we want. We want them to have hands-on skills that they really can go and start working even in college, and then continue to add on to those skills for higher degree capabilities. So I told you, Smart is Beautiful. I'll just give you a quick update on that. We talked about this at the panel last year, and this goal is really simple. It's about taking charge of our destiny to get more women in technology and not complaining about it. I hear a lot of complaints, blah, blah, blah. Well, let's do something about it. And this is a really simple little thing. It's not a lot, but it's basically you as an individual, and we'll take men and women, we're recruiting everyone. Say to yourself, I can help one young girl, a classroom, a program. I can set up something. I can set up my own circle. So this is really about helping groups facilitate how they bring young women together to get them excited about technology and computer science, but to keep their heads wrapped around that. Because one of the issues that we find is that we get them into tech and then they leave. But if we start younger and get them really excited and get them doing amazing things, then I think they'll stay. And I'll just give you a really quick example. I was in Brussels recently, and these two amazing women started a coding club. And the way they got the young girls there, ages 7 to 16, is they told them they were going to create fashion. So they brought them in, they have this little club, they bring them in, and they actually let them create fashion by coding. So they've taught them coding through creating fashion. So think about that. If it gets them involved and they find a way to sustain that interest in computer science, then let's make it happen. On the far right, on the bottom, is Georgetown University. They have a girls' coding club. Left are women I met with in Colombia that were awesome, and they're creating a circle in Latin America, and we've got 2 partners that are sponsoring them. I was at the State Department where we had a Fortune Women's Forum on tech. And then my young little Madison, who's so cute, 7, I had her on stage. She's so smart and she's so beautiful and she loves tech. And her father just reported that she's more enthusiastic than ever after being on stage with 3,500 people. She's talking about her career in tech. I said, awesome. All right, quickly, let's talk about a few innovation programs that we're doing for public sector. And I'm going to get through these fast because I want to bring Steve Schmidt on because I know you really want to hear about security. There's a program that we have called the Open Data Program, and I just wanted to give you a quick update on this. There's 3 really interesting data sets that we've just launched. And why is this important? This is important because we're opening up the world of data so it can be used, crowdsourced on, shared, because one of the issues with data was that there wasn't enough capability or storage to share it. It would be sitting in someone's data center, but it wasn't being opened up to take advantage of. 3, we announced Landsat this year on AWS, and it's being crowdsourced by thousands already and utilized. We just announced our 3,000 rice genome data set, which I'm very excited about because what I found out through this is that over 20% of the calories in the world are consumed by rice. So we don't want to lose rice. That's an important part of many diets around the world. And then also next generation radar from NOAA, that's another data set we just launched. So this is just giving you an idea of what we're trying to do to open up the market for our public sector customers in the world to take advantage of the amazing data by unlocking it. Because if you think about it, in the past, you had to store multiple copies over and over, and you really couldn't take advantage of what others were doing around the analytics. Now you can share those analytics in a way that increases your ability and speed to research. Also, some of the other areas that are sort of exciting for us is just science in the cloud. What are we doing around science? Again, with genomic research, with CERN, Chili's, and Aquaria. I mean, genomic from hydrogen images, just amazing things that you can do with the use of cloud. And you can dig into these. These are all housed on Amazon Web Services under our Open Data program. But we want to continue to get the most curated data sets in the world on Amazon Web Services so you all can take advantage of those. Now, the path to reinvention. You all have seen this before, but what I wanted to share is what happens when countries around the world adopt cloud. How do they adopt cloud, and what's the model by which they adopt it? And this is really important because I need your help to ensure that we're all evangelizing and moving this forward faster, because all these parts and pieces and elements are really critical to our worldwide adoption of cloud computing. And what we found is you have to define cloud. People are now beginning to understand what is actually cloud computing. Definition was important, but policy is becoming even more important. And I had policy in the early days, but what I'm seeing now, something I'd just sort of like to talk about for a moment, is policy ends up inserting itself at each level here, each level. So we really have to be vigilant to make sure that when we talk about security and compliance, the policy piece is really thought through, and we're helping support that. Same with acquisition, same in the skills, and with just adoption. But really, these elements have to be in place for true adoption, though. Otherwise, you'll have people, naysayers, blockers that pop up. These are the important elements of cloud adoption. And you have to be watching for them at every step of the way, and you have to be in front of them, or we know they block us. But we're not going to allow ourselves to be blocked. We just have to be aware of the elements of what the blockers could be. So security and compliance, you're going to get the big dog here on stage in a minute to talk about security and compliance. But here's what I wanted to share. We launched US GovCloud in 2011. And in the beginning, GovCloud was a US-based, highly compliant, ITAR-only cloud. The only ITAR cloud is still the only ITAR cloud. But our customers really didn't know how to use it or take advantage of it. That has changed. And you can see our adoption in GovCloud has just been absolutely spectacular. 273% average year-over-year growth. And I tell everybody, I didn't really know in the early days how this would shape up, but the reason it shaped up is because we were early into this market, and we showed a commitment to our customer that we were willing to put money up, funds up, and resources up to make sure you knew that we were serious about cloud in the public sector space. Also, what does that mean? Well, there's multiple regulatory and compliant features. So GovCloud is not just for the government itself, but it's for those highly regulated workloads. US persons, ITAR, HIPAA, FIPS. The other thing is CGIS. We just launched CGIS. And this is just a quick slide of the types of services, because some of you say to me, well, Teresa, your services aren't as fast in GovCloud. Well, they're not going to be, because it's the US persons, it's highly regulated. We monitor and manage who's in that cloud. So, but we listen to you very closely on the services you say you want, and we launch them based on the pipeline. So if you tell us you want that service, we'll get it in there, and I think our roadmap is actually really robust for it moving forward as well. AWS overall, really proud of the fact that we took a leadership role in security and compliance. We are the most secure and compliant cloud in the world by far. We said in the early days, if we cannot just meet, we have to exceed security and compliance requirements. And I think that we have demonstrated over and over we are very serious about this, very serious. If there is a compliant regime out there, a security regime, we step up, we work with our customers, and we also, by the way, help shape these. I can tell you right now, many of these, we work directly with the organization to help shape how they're thinking. And FedRAMP today is used by as many commercial enterprises as it is by government enterprises, believe it or not, because there's no real cloud security model out there today. So actually, enterprises, I talked to a lot of enterprises that are like, FedRAMP's the best thing out there. It has the right controls. So the newest is CJIS. I put this up here because there was some big misnomer out there that Amazon Web Services did not support CJIS. So I want to set the record straight. Right now, we absolutely support CJIS. It is a criminal justice information program that is written by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and it applies to all criminal justice information out there. And the reason I love this is because this is applicable around the world. It may not be called CJIS in other parts of the world, but we'll continue to add those logos as well. But very excited about CJIS, and if you want to talk to anybody, Frank's here in the audience. He runs our state and local business, so please talk to him.